What if I told you that the battles you thought broke you actually made you the unstoppable force you are today? Have you ever stopped to think just how much you've survived, and not just physically but spiritually? How many storms you've weathered that nobody else even knew about? Let me tell you a story about a spirit warrior. Someone who walked through fire, darkness, and doubts that would have crushed most people. This warrior faced betrayal that felt like knives in the back, loss so deep it was like drowning, and silent battles with self-doubt so fierce that it shook their very soul. But here's the kicker. Instead of breaking, they transformed. They became a light, a beacon that others followed. They didn't just survive, they shocked everyone by rising above the ashes. And guess what? That warrior is you. Yes, you, the chosen one watching this right now. You, my dear chosen ones, are the walking miracles of our time. The universe didn't just throw you into the fire for nothing. It forged you into a spiritual warrior with strength, wisdom, and grace that most will never understand. Now, you might be wondering, how do I make sense of these survival stories that only I know? How do I turn the invisible wounds into a source of divine power? Well, stay tuned, because in this video I'm going to reveal 7 powerful truths about what you survived, how it shaped you, and why you're about to shock a lot of people, yourself included. Spirit warriors, if you want to deepen your awakening, embrace your true power, and rise with godly qualities that make you unstoppable, then you have to watch till the end. Trust me, this journey is just getting started, and it's about to get real. As Rumi once said, the wound is the place where the light enters you. Point 1. You survived the invisible battles. Most people tend to judge what they see on the surface. The confident smile, the steady walk, the apparent calm. But spirit warriors, the true chosen ones, understand something deeper and more profound. The toughest battles are the ones no one ever witnesses. Those long nights when anxiety creeps in, refusing to let you rest. The silent prayers you whisper in the dark, hoping for guidance. And the doubts that scream inside your mind, but never betray you on the outside. These hidden struggles are where real courage lives. It's easy to overlook these internal wars because they don't leave bruises or scars visible to the world. Yet, these invisible battles test your faith, your resilience, and your spirit in ways nothing else can. Neuroscience reveals that enduring emotional challenges actually rewires your brain, strengthening the neural pathways that support perseverance and emotional regulation. Each time your heart races with worry or your mind spirals into fear, you're not breaking. You're building strength. You're learning to navigate the unseen storms, to keep moving even when every part of you wants to stop. That, my dear chosen ones, is the true mark of strength and bravery. Here's a little humor for you. Imagine these invisible battles as those annoying software updates on your phone or computer. You know the ones. Interrupting your flow, demanding attention, seemingly pointless at first. But just like those updates improve your system's performance, making it faster and more efficient, these painful experiences are upgrading your spiritual operating system. Annoying? Absolutely. Necessary? Without a doubt. They're smoothing out the glitches, fixing vulnerabilities, and preparing you for the bigger challenges ahead. Psychologists confirm that people who embrace their struggles rather than avoid them develop higher emotional intelligence and greater empathy. 2 essential qualities of true leaders. So, while the world may only see your polished exterior, remember that behind that calm facade is a warrior who has faced darkness head-on and chosen to thrive, not just survive. Your invisible battles have forged a resilience that no one can take away. Embrace your strength, knowing you're not alone in these struggles. You're part of a powerful tribe of spirit warriors who rise time and time again, shining even brighter after every unseen fight. Point 2. You survived being misunderstood. It's no secret that many chosen ones walk a lonely path. From childhood, they often feel misunderstood, not just by family or friends, but sometimes even by themselves. This feeling of being out of sync with the world around them isn't just a random challenge. It's a core part of their unique spiritual journey. That sense of isolation or confusion can be frustrating and painful, but it serves a much greater purpose. In fact, these very misunderstandings are God's subtle way of filtering your tribe, the people truly meant to be your supporters and spiritual comrades. Think of it like this. The universe acts as the ultimate VIP club bouncer. It doesn't just let anyone in. It carefully screens who truly belongs in your inner circle. Those who don't resonate with your energy, your vision, or your truth get shown the sorry, no entry sign, gently but firmly. This might sting at first, but it's a necessary process to protect your energy and your sacred mission. When you're a chosen one, your vibration is different, more intense, more authentic, more aligned with a higher purpose. Not everyone can understand that depth or embrace it. And that's okay, because the people who do get you, the ones who vibe with your energy, respect your spiritual calling, and encourage your growth, are the ones who truly belong by your side. This selective filtering isn't about exclusion, it's about preservation. It preserves your sacred space and your ability to thrive without unnecessary distractions, negativity, or toxicity. It's much like pruning a tree. You cut away the dead or unnecessary branches so the tree can grow stronger, healthier, and taller. Your tribe is that healthy growth. The branches that reach upward and outward, those who uplift, empower, and reflect your core values. They help you fulfill your divine purpose. And here's a little humor to keep things light. Imagine the universe as that VIP club bouncer, clipboard in hand, with an eagle eye, scanning every potential guest's vibe. Only the real ones get through, while everyone else receives that unmistakable sorry, no entry glare. So, when you feel isolated or misunderstood, remember, this cosmic filtering is actually a sign that you're walking your true path. The right people, your real tribe, will always find their way to you, and together you'll rise higher than you ever imagined possible. Point 3. You survived loss that shaped your soul. Loss isn't just about death or physical absence. It runs much deeper, often touching the very core of our identity. It's about losing pieces of ourselves that once felt familiar but no longer fit our evolving truth. Think about it. Every time you've experienced loss, whether it was the end of a relationship, a career change, or a shift in belief systems, you've undergone a kind of spiritual surgery. This process, while painful, is necessary. It's nature's way of removing what no longer serves your highest good. Imagine that old beliefs and identities are like outdated clothing. At first, they kept you warm and protected, but over time they became restrictive, uncomfortable, or ill-fitting. Loss forces you to shed these layers, even if it feels like ripping off a piece of yourself. Psychologically, this is known as identity disruption, where the familiar sense of who you are gets challenged. While disorienting, this disruption is the fertile soil for personal growth. It allows you to plant new seeds, new understandings, perspectives, and truths that align with the person you're becoming. Spiritually, loss is a profound invitation to awaken. It cracks open the shell of old conditioning and false beliefs, revealing the authentic self underneath. Neuroscience supports this idea, showing that significant emotional experiences like loss can rewire the brain, encouraging new neural pathways that foster resilience, creativity, and deeper insight. In this light, loss is not just an ending, but a transformative rebirth. You aren't the same person you were before these losses, and that is a blessing. Each painful moment stripped away illusions and limitations, leaving space for something greater. This spiritual cleanse allows your true essence to shine through more brightly than ever. So while loss may feel like a wound, it is also a gateway, a painful but necessary step toward awakening your highest self. Thank God for these soul-shaping losses. Without them, you wouldn't have the depth, wisdom, or strength you carry today. Embrace the journey, for it is in these losses that you have truly been found. Point 4. You survived the dark night of the soul. The phrase dark night of the soul often sounds poetic and mysterious, tossed around in spiritual conversations like a badge of honor. But few truly grasp the profound depth of this experience until they've been submerged in its shadows. This intense spiritual crisis is more than just a tough time. It's a soul-shaking foundational upheaval where everything you thought you knew about yourself, your beliefs, and your world crumbles. The familiar comforts, your routines, relationships, even your sense of purpose, fall away, leaving behind a vast, unsettling silence that can feel almost deafening. It's like being lost in a pitch-black cave, unsure if there's any way out, with only echoes of your own fears and doubts as company. What's fascinating, and often overlooked, is that this dark night is not an ending, but a transformative beginning. This concept originally comes from the 16th century Spanish mystic Saint John of the Cross, who described it as a necessary spiritual purification. It's like the soul's winter, a time of stripping away the old layers to prepare for new growth. Neuroscience supports this idea too. During times of deep crisis, our brains undergo significant changes, rewiring neural pathways that allow for new perspectives and growth. In other words, your mind is physically reshaping itself to emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient. When you finally come through this darkness, you don't just return to where you were, you're reborn with a light that's strikingly different and profoundly brighter. This light is not just confidence or optimism, it's a deep inner knowing, a clarity forged from having faced the abyss and chosen to rise anyway. It's the kind of strength that surprises those who doubted you, those who assumed you would break or give up. You carry an energy that's unshakable because it's grounded in authentic transformation, not superficial success. So while the dark night of the soul may feel like the loneliest, bleakest moment of your life, it's really the fertile ground for your greatest awakening. Embrace the silence, trust the process, and remember, the brightest light often shines most powerfully after the darkest night. Point 5. You survived the temptation to give up. Giving up is undeniably the easy way out. It's the path many take when the road gets rough, when the nights grow long, and when the weight of life seems unbearable. But you, yes, you, chose a different path, the harder path. The path that demands fighting through adversity, healing old wounds, and continuing to believe in your divine purpose even when the world feels like it's stacked against you. While many crumbled under pressure, you stood firm, a testament to true spiritual resilience. Perseverance isn't just about stubbornly pushing forward. It's a deep, inner strength rooted in faith. Faith in yourself, faith in a higher power, and faith in the journey itself. Psychologists often describe resilience as the ability to bounce back from trauma or stress, but spiritual resilience goes beyond that. It's about transcending hardship, transforming pain into wisdom, and emerging stronger on the other side. You didn't just survive difficult times, you conquered them. Your journey is living proof that endurance, coupled with purpose, creates an unstoppable force. There's an interesting scientific side to this too. Studies show that people who have a strong sense of purpose tend to live longer, healthier lives. The reason: purpose fuels motivation and emotional well-being, helping the brain to regulate stress better. So, your spiritual grit isn't just good for your soul, it's great for your body and mind too. In other words, your divine purpose is like a built-in life coach that keeps you moving even when the going gets tough. Now here's a little humor to lighten the vibe. If perseverance were an Olympic sport, you'd be the Michael Phelps of spiritual endurance. Imagine standing on the podium, gold medal around your neck, not for swimming laps, but for outlasting every setback with grace and grit. The crowd cheers as you keep diving back into the pool of challenges, stroke after stroke, never giving up. That's you in real life. Relentless, undefeated, and swimming strong through the turbulent waters of life. So keep going. Your journey is remarkable, your spirit unbreakable, and your purpose undeniable. You didn't just fight, you conquered. Point 6. You survived and transformed your pain into purpose. Here's where the real magic happens. Not only did you survive the storms life threw at you, but you transformed your pain into your greatest source of power. That old suffering, which once threatened to break you, has become the fuel propelling you forward, the story that shapes your identity, and the unique gift you offer to the world. This process of alchemy, turning wounds into wisdom, is what sets true warriors apart. It's the difference between merely enduring hardship and rising above it with purpose and grace. Think about the science behind this transformation. Psychological research on post-traumatic growth shows that many people who face adversity don't just bounce back. They actually grow stronger, more compassionate, and more resilient. Their trauma becomes a catalyst for positive change, fueling creativity, empathy, and leadership. Your scars, both visible and invisible, are evidence of that growth. They aren't signs of weakness or failure. Instead, they're badges of honor, symbols of your survival and resilience. Every scar tells a story, stories of battles fought, lessons learned, and victories won against all odds. What's even more beautiful is how these scars make you relatable and inspiring to others. When you embrace your past struggles and share your journey, you become a beacon of hope for those still in the trenches. Your story shows others that pain doesn't have to define them, that suffering can be a bridge to strength, and that healing is possible. It's a divine paradox. Your brokenness becomes a vessel of light, illuminating the path for others to find their own strength. From a spiritual perspective, many traditions teach that suffering has a sacred purpose. Whether viewed as trials to refine the soul, tests to deepen faith, or challenges to awaken inner power, pain often serves as a catalyst for spiritual awakening. You become a chosen vessel of divine light, someone who has faced darkness but now shines brighter because of it. So wear your scars proudly. They are proof you are a survivor, a warrior, and someone who turned hardship into hope. Your journey isn't just about what you endured, it's about how you transformed that pain into a powerful force for good. That is your gift to the world. To the point 7. You survived to awaken your true power. Finally, here's the ultimate truth that many overlook. Everything you survived, every challenge you faced, every hardship you endured, they weren't just random misfortunes or setbacks. They were carefully crafted lessons and stepping stones designed to prepare you for awakening your true spiritual power. This isn't merely a feel-good notion, it's a profound reality rooted in ancient wisdom and modern psychology alike. Trauma and trials, as painful as they are, have a way of refining us. Like fire purifies gold, the difficult experiences refine your spirit and character. You are no longer a victim of your past. The wounds, mistakes, and disappointments don't define you anymore. Instead, they've become the foundation from which you build your future. In fact, neuroscience supports this. Our brains are plastic, meaning they can rewire and reshape throughout life. When you consciously decide to move beyond your past, you literally rewire your neural pathways to foster resilience, confidence, and spiritual awareness. You transform from someone who was shaped by circumstances into the architect of your own destiny. But this awakening is not just personal, it's cosmic. Many spiritual traditions speak of a divine plan, a sacred mission that each soul is uniquely called to fulfill. You are not an isolated individual wandering aimlessly. You are part of a greater whole, a vast, interconnected universe with a purpose tailored just for you. From the indigenous teachings to Eastern philosophies and even modern quantum physics, the idea that we are connected to a universal consciousness is gaining recognition. Your awakening is the unlocking of your connection to this greater force, a recognition that your life has meaning far beyond what meets the eye. This divine mission might not be a grand spectacle. It could be as simple as inspiring one person, creating beauty, or offering kindness in a world that desperately needs it. But no matter its scale, your role is essential and irreplaceable. The cosmic energy that flows through you is powerful, and by stepping into it, you activate not only your own potential but also ripple waves of transformation in the world around you. So embrace your past, honor your survival, and know this: you are awakening to a power that is as vast as the universe itself, and it's time to rise into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. Spirit warriors, remember this. What you survived was never a mistake or punishment. It was preparation. You are here now because you were chosen to be a living miracle. The world may be shocked by your survival story, but more importantly, you must be proud. Carry your light with boldness, shine fiercely, and never forget the divine strength inside you. Stay awake, stay powerful, stay chosen. If you felt this message, drop a fire emoji in the comments and share this video with your fellow spirit warriors. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss your awakening reminders. Until next time, keep rising, chosen ones. Your story is far from over.